Hello everyone, it's Junie checking back in with all of you. There's just something I wanted to run across all of you, and you guys can let me know how you feel in the comment section. This is Daniel, the stepdad of Jack and Lilly. Jack and Lilly are still missing from Canada, Nova Scotia. This is the stepdad Daniel. He did an interview, and honestly, I'm kind of beginning to think that Daniel did some serious research before he took his lie detector test. That, you know, he said that he passed his lie detector test. Now, I'm not accusing Daniel of anything. Please do not twist this and think that I'm accusing the parents of anything. I mean, honestly, I don't really, I really don't know. I mean, I've done the astrology, I've done some mapping, I've done some tarot cards, and I've listened to the spirit box session, and I have my own opinion about it, and I've put out what spirits have said, but in all actuality, none of us really know what really happened. I can make a spiritual opinion about it and say how I feel, but that doesn't mean that it's fact. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. I'm not accusing him. All I'm saying is there's something weird with this interview that made me think this boy, this young man, he's a young man to me. Okay, he's not a boy, but you know what I'm saying. He's a young man to me. I'm in my 50s. So this boy has done some serious research, okay? Because I'm thinking to myself, how would I exactly answer this interviewer asked him, and I'm going to play the clip so you can hear it, but she specifically asks him, what was it like getting the lie detector test? And he goes into great detail, more detail than an average person would, which kind of gave me, my spidey senses kind of tingled a little bit, because, I'm thinking to myself, if I ever, God forbid, if I ever had to take a lie detector test, even if I read up a little bit about it, or just everybody pretty much so knows that a lie detector test, is supposed to read your body and tell if you're lying or not. Okay. He goes into detail about each apparatus that they hooked him up to. He goes into great detail about, they stuck something on his finger, and he knows that controls his heart monitor, his oxygen levels, all this stuff. I don't know if he mentions oxygen levels, actually, I don't know, but he's very specific about what each thing that they stuck on him, that they placed on his body, something on his buttocks, something on his feet, and he knew what each one of those apparatuses that they stuck on him, what they were reading scientifically on his body. Now, an average person, an average Joe, would say, they stuck something on my finger. I don't know what that reads, but yeah, I passed my test. Or, yeah, they stuck something on, I had to sit on something to see if I was, to read my body, whatever. He has done his research, which makes me a little suspicious, because you can pass a lie detector test. I mean, the guy that murdered all those women, the Green River Killer, he passed like 2 lie detector tests. People can pass lie detector tests. Now, again, I'm not accusing him. I don't want to make it come across like, he's lying or he failed. I don't know if he is or not. All I can tell you is I think it's kind of weird that he has done so much research about what the lie detector test monitors scientifically on his body as he's answering questions. Let me know if you find it suspicious. I'm going to play the clip now.
Okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test.
Yeah.
Did the RCMP take you up on that?
Yes, it did.
And how did that unfold?
That unfolded in my favor. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything.
So they said, yep, great, thank you, come in for a polygraph test.
Yeah, it took a little while to set up. And
when did you do that test?
I don't know the exact date, but that would be at least 3 weeks ago, probably.
So roughly 3 weeks after the disappearance.
Yeah.
And I think most Canadians wouldn't have any idea what's involved with that. Can you describe the process? You go in and just tell us right from the start.
We go in, sit down in a big comfy chair, and they have multiple sensory pads. You have them underneath your forearms, you have them underneath your butt, and you have them underneath your feet with your shoes off. You have a sweat gland on one finger. You have a measuring instrument for blood flow that goes in and out of your hand. And you have a cuff on your arm for blood pressure to measure your pulse.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous. Especially with the first question they asked you, did you kill Lilly and Jack?
That was the first question they asked you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What went through your mind when someone's asking you that question so point blank like that?
Your mind has a massive release of chemicals, I guess you would call them. It's like your stress levels just astronomically through the roof, and your body doesn't know what to do, because it's not every day the way you're hooked up to machines in an interrogation room where someone asks you questions like that.
What other kinds of questions did they ask you?
All the questions pertain to the death of Lilly and Jack. Are you accessory to the murder of Lilly and Jack? They were all.
So all of the questions assumed that the children are no longer alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me that was weird, because an average person would just be like, they hooked me up to the machine. They really wouldn't know what all these apparatuses monitor on the body. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I would go in there and say, they hooked me up to the machine. I answered their questions. And when she said, so they think that Jack and Lilly are deceased, there's no emotion. There's just no emotion. It seems to always be, more so not really focusing on Jack and Lilly, but focusing on him, covering, he wants to cover his ass, which I get. I get that. I understand. But these were your stepchildren. They lived in your house. There is no, serious emotion when he's saying, they're assuming that they're murdered or deceased. There's just no emotion there, which I would think an average person would have broken down there and been like, yeah, they asked me. Unbelievable. They asked me those questions. I'm shocked. Yeah, they asked me that. Do you believe it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too critical. If I'm being too critical, please let me know in the comments below. If it's, I just wanted to point it out. It could be nothing. It just seems a little odd to me. I mean, think about how you would explain to a person that you went in and took a lie detector test. Majority of us would just say, I went in, I sat down, they hooked me up to these wires, and I answered their questions. I wouldn't know exactly what each wire did and how it monitored my body and paid attention to my heartbeat and my sweat glands. He knew which apparatus was hooked up to a sweat gland. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe that's intelligent that he actually did research first before he went in there. I don't know. I'm a Cancer. I'm a crab. I walk sideways on the beach. I'm always looking at things from, all different angles. I can't help that. That's what I am. Okay. So, happy birthday to all my Cancers out there, by the way. Okay. So I just wanted to just kind of run it by you guys. Please leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know if you think it's just a little weird. Okay? Again, Daniel is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I'm not accusing him of anything, just pointing something out that just seems a little odd. Okay. Blessed be. Bye-bye.